Hey guys, good morning. So as usual, mag-attendance lang ulit tayo sa morning. Excuse muna si Miss Arosa, tapos si Miss De Guzman. May valid reason ulit sila kasi si Miss De Guzman, second dose niya ng vaccine today. Okay, so update lang para alam natin ano nangyayari sa group natin. Okay, so pag mag-screenshot ulit, wait lang may Okay, so hintay lang natin may nag-join pa. Okay. Siguro hintayin natin hanggang 10:15 kasi baka may maka-join pa. Kasi I believe baka may continuation pa naman tayo sa Thursday. Kaya may time pa tayo. Sayang na rin kasi sa attendance para makasama sila. Okay, may mga nag-join na. Okay, sino ba yung wala sa atin na hindi nagpa-excuse? Si Miss Min. Wait lang, i-chat ko lang. Okay, so let's just wait. Baka maka-join na din siya para kasama tayong lahat sa attendance. Okay, so habang naghihintay tayo, may question ba kayo sa dati? Yung sa Excel pala na file, hindi ko pa masyado naayos, sorry. So, andun naman sa PPT natin yung mismo mga nakalagay lang sa Excel file. Pagsabay-sabay ko na lang yung documents natin. Na review material. Partial part lang naman yung parang additional lang yun. Okay, so wait lang natin. Na-sim niya ba? Okay, yan. Pwede na siya. Okay, so makakasama tayong lahat sa attendance. Okay. So, okay. So, kung gusto niyo lang mag-open cam para sa attendance natin, tatlong shots ngayon kasi madami-dami tayo, 7. Okay, so pa-open cam lang if sino may gusto. Okay, so okay na siguro to. Okay, so I'll count down to 3. So 1, 2, okay, meron pang. Okay, so countdown ulit ako. 1, ayun, nalis si Miss Anica. So, okay, mag-attendance tayo. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, so 1 shot muna yun. Tapos, kuha tayo ng background para alam natin kung kailan tong picture. Asa na yung session 13 natin. Okay, ito yung session 13. Okay, ito dito tayo mag-attendance. Okay, so magka-countdown ulit ako. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay. Siguro start na lang natin. Okay, si Miss Trisha Valerio ngayon ang magtuturo sa atin. Okay, so Miss Trisha, take the floor. Thank you.
Okay, so good morning to each and everyone. Okay, so this will be the 13th session of our accounting tutorials. Okay, so for today's session, we will talk about the partnership, operations, and financial reporting. So, so the outline of our study for today. Next slide, please. Okay, so the outline of our study for today is factors to consider in providing profits or losses, rules for distribution of profits or losses, correction of prior period errors, distribution of profits or losses based on partners' agreement. Number one is the equally or in other agreed ratio based on partners' capital contributions by allowing interest on partners' capital, by allowing salaries to partners, by allowing bonus to the managing partner based on profit, and allowing combination of 3 to 5 and the balance on in an agreed ratio. Okay, so next slide, please. Okay, so sige, Alvin, next slide.
Gamitin na lang natin yung sa PowerPoint na sinabi. Para may this. Thank you.
Okay, so next na. Okay, so letter A is the partners' equity in assets contrasted with share in profits or losses. So the basis on which profits or losses are shared is a matter of agreement among the partners and may not necessarily be the same as their capital contribution ratio. So, sinasabi dito na hindi nakabase sa capital contributions yung division of profit or losses of an entity. Yung bagay na yun, na basis of profits or losses, ay nasa agreement yon. At hindi ibig sabihin na kunwari malaki ang amount na kinontribute mo sa partnership, ay ganun din kalaki ang babalik sa'yo. Okay, so makaibang usapan yan. Next is the equity of a partner in the net assets at the partnership shall be distinguished from a partner's share in profits or losses. So, ibig sabihin na yung amount na matatanggap ng isang partner from the profit, dapat nadi-distinguish yun mula sa equity or net asset niya doon sa partnership. Okay, so magkaiba kasi yun eh. Gaya nga ng sinabi natin, hindi nakapase doon sa magkano ba yung kinontribute. Kaya ang matatanggap mula doon sa kita ng partnership. Okay, so next slide. Excuse me. Okay, so we will have this illustration. Okay, so Jean is a 1/3 partner. Is an ambiguous statement. So the statement is ambiguous because marami siyang kahulugan. Ang tinutukoy ko dito is yung 1/3 hindi yung ambiguous na word. Okay, kasi hindi rin ako familiar nung una sa word na yun, pero nung tinignan ko sa dictionary, ambiguous is open to more than one interpretation. Okay, so ibig sabihin yung Jean is a 1/3 partner. Hindi niya kasi in-state dito eh. So maraming ibig sabihin yung 1/3 na yan. Okay, so yung ambiguous statement na yun, pwedeng Jim may have 1/3 equity in the net assets of partnership, but may have a larger or smaller share in the profit or loss of the firm. So, sabihin na lang natin, no, na ang kahulugan ng Jean is a 1/3 partner. Sabihin na natin 1/3 yung kanyang equity, okay, yung sa assets ng partnership. syempre, ima-minus lahat ng kanyang liabilities. So, ang matitira doon, yung tinatawag na net assets ng partnership. Okay? Yung natirang amount doon sa net assets ay 1/3 daw ng amount na yun is yung capital amount ni Jean. Okay? So, pero maaring magkaroon siya ng mas malaki o maliit na share na matatanggap sa profit or loss of an entity. Pwede rin na yung statement na yun ay nangangahulugan na 1/3 ng profit or loss ng Jean Hit Company niya ay yung mapupunta sa kanya. Okay? So, such statement may also be interpreted to mean that Jean is entitled to 1/3 of the profit or loss of his capital account. May represent much more or less than 1/3 of the total partner's capital. Okay, so meaning, kabaliktaran naman, pwede yung kanyang share doon sa profit na matanggap niya, pwedeng 1/3 nun. Okay? Yung sa kanyang share, okay? 1/3 ng share niya. Okay, so example, 120 yung kanilang kinita. So 1/3 nun is okay, so 40,000. So maari yung ang kanyang matanggap, yun ang maari niya matanggap, pero hindi ibig sabihin na yun ang capital account. Dahil 1/3 yung kanyang tinanggap, ibig sabihin 40,000 lang ang kanyang capital account. Pwedeng masigit doon. Okay? Gaya nga ng sinabi ko kanina na nasa pag-uusap yan or agreement ng mga partners kung magkano yung profit or loss ratio ng bawat isa. Regardless kung magkano man yung kanilang capital account balances. So, take note of that, okay? So, next slide. Okay, so letter B, factors to consider in arriving at a plan for dividing profit or losses. So, dito muna tayo sa number 1, which is money, property, and industry. So, partnership profits are realized as a result of putting together the contributions, money, property, and industry of the partners. So, paano daw nagkakaroon ng kita ang isang partnership? Dahil doon sa pagsasama-sama ng mga kinontribute ng bawat partners. Okay, like money, property, and industry. Okay, so pwede rin naman yung mga skills, ganun, knowledge, services, expertise. Yung mga kakayahan na na-share mo sa partnership na maaaring makatulong. So, nagkakaroon ng kita ang kumpanya dahil itong mga kinontribute na ito, okay, ginamit sa operation ng partnership. Okay, so maliwanag ba yun? Okay, so dito na tayo sa pangalawang. The amount of capital invested by each partner, the amount of time each partner devoted to the business, and other contributions are the factors being considered in the formulation of an equitable profit or loss ratio. So, sinasabi natin dito, ito yung mga factors na kinoconsider para magkaroon tayo ng profit or loss ratio. Okay? Una dyan yung contribution ng pera, non-cash, or mga kakayahan. Okay? Kagaya ng mga ng sinabi ko na rin kanina. Okay, so next slide. There are profit-sharing plans which emphasize either the value of personal services rendered by individual partner or the amount of capital invested by each partner. Some agreements consider the importance of both the amount of quality of managerial services rendered and the amount of capital invested by the partners for success or failure of a partnership. So ito nga yung sinasabi ko, yung agreements that consider the importance, no, yung mga makakabuti sa isang partnership. Umiikot-ikot lang yan eh. Kumbaga ito yung mga isa sa mga foundation, okay, sa isang partnership. So, next slide please. In this case, allowances may be provided for salaries to partners and interest on their respective capital balances as a preliminary step in the division of profit or losses. The balance may then be divided in a specified ratio. So, yung mga agreement to come up with profit or loss ratio. Meron dyan kunwari, 2:3, ganun. So, talagang, kunwari, sabihin na natin kay partner A is 2 and 3 is yung kay partner B. So, 2 yung matatanggap ni partner A and B yung 3 na ratio. Okay? So, kino-consider yung amount or yung quality ng expertise of or knowledge, etc. na binigay mo, nirender mo sa partnership. Pagka ganun kasi, magkakaroon ng allowances. Okay? Allowances or provisions para sa sweldo ng partner or bonuses. Siyempre, kung binahagi mo yung mga skills mo, ganun, mga expertise, knowledge, siyempre, pwede ka rin naman magkaroon doon ng bonus. Pero, based on sa agreement. Okay? So, ay yung mga matitira doon, okay, pwedeng ibahagi bilang interest ng bawat partners. So, the balance may then be divided in a specified ratio. Okay? So, ginagawa to sa partnership formulation, I think. So, I know siguro na hindi kayo medyo baguhan doon, pero gusto ko lang i-emphasize ulit, okay, para sa lesson na ito. So among the other factors which may be considered are as follows. Okay, so next slide, please. A partner has first, a partner has considerable personal financial resources, thus giving the partnership a strong credit rating. In general, partners have unlimited liability. A very solvent partner will make the partnership attractive to creditors. Okay? And second, a partner who is well known in a profession of an industry may contribute immensely to the success of the partnership, although he may not participate actively in the operations of the partnership. So meron yung mga ganito yung mga may professions kasi yung mga yun yung mga ginugugol nila yung mga oras nila sa isang business ay sa kanilang profession eh. So, kung yung taong yun is may partnership siya outside of his profession, syempre wala siyang oras, ganun. Kasi hindi lahat ng oras niya nagugugol doon hindi nagugugol sa business. Okay, so, ito yung, ayun, yung pwede talagang pwedeng mag-distribute ng pwedeng mag-contribute ng kanyang contributions for the success of or failure of the partnership. Okay? So hindi lahat ng napag-aralan na natin tong partner itong klaseng partner na to, yung hindi siya tumutulong so hindi siya tumutulong pero nagbibigay pa rin siya ng contribution niya sa partnership. Okay, so next slide, please. Okay, so these two factors, yung kabila, may be incorporated in the plan to arrive at a ratio by which any remaining profits or losses are to be divided. So, nakalaan rin yun sa ratio. Okay, so itong illustration na to. And let's go to the illustration. Okay, so Zach and Cody are partners in a cocoa water business. Partner Zach contributed most of the assets of the business, but spends little time for its daily operations. On one hand, partner Cody contributed less in assets, but devotes his full knowledge and attention to the partnership. To divide profits or losses based on capital distributions alone will result in iniquities. So dito, kung pagbabasehan natin yung capital distributions nila, magkakaroon ng hindi pantay-pantay na division. Kasi itong si Zach, siya karamihan sa ari-arian niya sa partnership ay siya yung nagbigay. Whereas itong si Cody, konti lang. So kung ang pagbabasehan natin is capital distributions, malilugi si Cody. Example is 90% ng assets ng business ng galing kay Zach. So, ibig bang sabihin, 90% ang ibibigay sa kanya kahit kahit hindi naman siya nandoon sa daily operations, no? Now, the the profit and loss sharing agreement should have considered the provisions of salaries or even bonus in recognition of the talent and time being contributed by Cody. So, kailangan kailangan masama doon sa usapan yung pag-consider ng salaries or bonus kay Cody bilang contribution siya sa partnership. Kasi syempre, 'di ba? Kinontribute niya yung skills niya ganun. Nag-devote siya sa partnership na yun. Tapos wala siyang matatanggap man lang ng mga bonus. Kaya doon sa agreement nila dapat kasama doon yung mga requirements na yun. Okay? So, next slide please. Number 2 is the performance methods. Okay, so many partnerships use profit and loss sharing arrangements that give some weight to the specific performance of each partner to provide incentives to perform well. This allocation of partners to so dito sa many partnerships, para gumanda yung performance ng bawat partner, no? Nagbibigay ng incentives. So, ano tong mga to? This allocation of profits to a partner on the basis of performance is frequently referred to as bonus. So, yung ngayong tinatawag na, yung kagaya ng sa illustration natin kanina. Okay, so there are also the use of performance criteria. So, next slide please. Letter A is the chargeable hours. These are the total number of hours that a partner incurred on client-related assignments. So, weight may be given to hours in excess of a standard. So, like kunwari sa isang normal working day, diba, 8 hours yon ang pag-work mo. Eh, nag-overtime ka kasi madami ka pang dapat asikasuhin. So, dapat binibigyan ng incentive yung mga taong yun dahil sa pagiging dedicated nila sa work. May iba kasi na hindi na-charge na kesyo, sinasadya daw nila na para may overtime pay, diba? Pero dapat talaga may incentive. Kasi kawawa rin yung mga dedicated sa work na tapos nag-overtime pa and walang overtime pay. Okay, so letter B, total billings, the amount billed to clients for work performed and supervised by a partner constitutes total billings. Weight may be given to billings in excess of norm. Okay, so next slide please. Letter C is the write-offs. Consists of uncollectible billings. Okay. Weight may be given to billings in excess of norm. Okay, so letter D, promotional and civic activities. Time devoted to developing future business and enhancing the partnership name in the community is considered promotional and civic activity. Weight may be given to time spent in excess of a norm or to specific accomplishments resulting in new clients. So, yung pag-promote. Okay, so, syempre, pag promote mo yung business, dapat may ka rin, may natatanggap ka rin bonus. Kasi syempre, kunwari, social media influencer ka and promote mo yung isang business na yun, which is, nagka-gain kayo ng, nag-increase yung mga profits nyo dahil sa social media influencer na yun. So, syempre, talaga dapat, thanks to the influencer, dapat may bonus rin siya. Okay, so kasama talaga siya sa mga factors para tumas yung mga para sa mga performance methods na kailangan nating i-apply for allocation of bonus. Okay, so next slide please. And last is the profits in excess of specified levels. Designated partners commonly receive a certain percentage of profits in excess of a specified level of earnings. So, kunwari, kumita ka ng ganito dahil maraming nalagpas. So, dahil maaring nalagpasan nyo yung objective nyo bilang partnership, dahil isa sa mga partners nyo may na-excess niya yung specified levels. Kunwari, yung ini-aim nyo na 50, tapos na 50%, tapos may isa kayong partner na na-excess niya yung 50% nyo na minimum, which is naging 75. So, syempre, bilang bilang contribute rin for the success of the partnership, kailangan may bonus rin siya. Okay, so tandaan natin lahat ng mga performance methods na pwede nyo ipag-allocate ng bonus. Okay, so kasi kailangan rin yan sa partnership formulation. Okay, so that ends my report. I will give the floor to Miss Anica Abulbo. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Trisha. So now let's proceed on rules for the distribution of profits or losses. Next slide. Under profits, the profits will be divided according to partners' agreement. It's always been priority. Priority lagi ang partners' agreement. If none, there are possibilities na pwedeng hatiin ng profit like as to capitalist partner, the profits shall be divided according to their capital contributions. Dito, ratio is involved, but it depends uli. Pag in absence ang original capital investments or yung capital balances at the beginning of the year. For industrial partner naman, if any, such share as may be just and equitable under the circumstances provided that the industrial partner shall receive share before the capitalist partners shall divide the profits. Si industrial partner kasi siya yung nauunang makakakuha ng profit before capitalist partner. Kasi paghahatian na ng mga capitalist partner according sa ratio na nabanggit or yung available. So next slide. Sa losses naman, the losses will be divided according to partners' agreement. Yun yung unang scenario. Lagi siyang nauna. Gaya ulit ng sabi ko kanina, priority ang partners' agreement. Pag sinabing ganito ang hati mo sa loss ng partnership, yun ang masusunod. Unless walang napag-agrihan. Applicable na dito yung agreement according to profit sharing ratio. Kung ano yung napag-agrihan sa profit sharing, kung paano yung hatian ng profit, yun na rin yung magiging hatian sa may loss pag walang partners agreement. Pero pag wala yung dalawang yon, as to capitalist partners, the losses shall be divided according to their capital contributions. According sa ratio of original capital investment or yung pag-absent ulit yung in absence ulit yung original capital investment, dito na papasok yung ratio of capital balances at the beginning of the year. Pero pag sa industrial partner naman, sa purely industrial partner, if there is any, shall not be liable for any losses. Why? Kasi pag industrial partner ka, you're bound to contribute your work or industry. Di gaya sa capitalist partners na pwede nila i-withdraw yung capital nila. O withdrawals or drawings ang tawag doon. Sa industrial partners kasi, di nila pwede i-withdraw, right? Because that's impossible. I-withdraw mo yung effort mo. Di ba? Hindi pwede yon. Kasi pag nag-fail ang partnership to realize profit, yung industry or work na kinontribute niya mismo, yung effort na kinontribute niya, that's the share na niya sa loss mismo ng partnership. So, next slide. Let's proceed on correction of prior period errors. Any business entity will, from time to time, will discover errors made in the measurement of prior accounting periods. Good internal control and the exercise of due care should serve to minimize the number of financial reporting errors that occur. However, these safeguards cannot be expected to completely eliminate errors in the financial statement. Gaya ng sabi dyan sa definition, di maiiwasan ng partnership na magkaroon ng errors along or during accounting periods. But gaya ng sabi doon sa book, good internal control and the exercise of due care should serve para kahit papano mabawasan yung financial reporting errors na tinatawag. Kasi kunwari pag yung mga prior period errors gaya ng mga mathematical errors, pag napagbaliktad mo yung dapat 67,000, nagawa siyang 76,000. Or if ever may accounting policy na nagamit mo or hindi dapat yun yung gagamitin ng partnership. Pag yung prior period error nag-result sa understatement ng profit, correcting entry yung remedyo in order to increase capital. Pero pag overstated naman, kailangan bawasan ng capital. At gaya ng sabi ko kanina, nakadepende sa profit or loss ratio. So, next slide. So, let's proceed on distribution of profits or losses based on partners' agreement. In general, profits or losses shall be divided in accordance with the agreement of the partners. Gaya ulit ng sabi ko kanina, like what I have said, it's always been the priority of partnership. It matters most. So, the partners may agree on any of the following scheme in distributing profits or losses. Number 1, equally or in other agreed ratio. So, example sa book sa may page 496, sabi niya doon, partnership contracts may provide the profit or loss be divided equally. Kaya nung example dito, dalawa silang partners. So, sabi niya, pag equally, pag dalawa kayo, divided by 2. So, tig 50% kayo sa profit. Ayun o, yung debit to income summary 300,000, tapos credit. Lord Aguilar drawing and Devron Porras drawing to tig 150,000 sila. Pag sa other agreed ratio, dito na yung yung partners agreement. Pag sabi niya na dun sa book ratio of 60-40. Pag yung kay Lord Aguilar 60% yung ratio niya. Tapos yung kay kay Devzon Porras, 40%. So, may share si Aguilar ng 180 sa profit. Samantalang kay Porras, 120. Then, andun yung computation niya sa baba. 60% times 300,000 equals